Welcome to Heritage Acres Homestead. I'm Chas. Here you'll find our family as we strive to live a life that pleases the Lord. We do our best to make the most out of what we've been given, so we'd like to invite you to come along and join us on our journey.
Good morning, y'all, and welcome to Heritage Acres Homestead. I am Chas, and yes, my voice is still a little bit weak, but that's okay. We're going to continue on just as if it was strong as ever. So I've been going over and over all week long about what to do for today's video, and I finally just settled upon taking some footage that I made. I think it's been at least 4 years ago, and compiling that to show y'all how to make my Nannie Red and Nannie Black's shaker pickles. Now, I guess I should probably clue you in on what Nannie Red and Nannie Black means. When I was a little girl, I was the only grandbaby. So, sometimes, especially nowadays, it seems like, you say, oh, my grandmother name is going to be whatever, and that just settles it. Well, back when I was little, you basically waited on the kid to give you the name, and then that's what your name became. And my grandmothers had, my mom's mom and my daddy's mom. And so I was I've got to differentiate between the two here. So I had Nannie Red, Mama's mama, because she had red hair. And I had Nannie Black, which was Daddy's mama, because she had black hair. Simple as that. But those names stuck, and forever will be referencing Nannie Red and Nannie Black. And all the grandkids on my mama's side called Nannie Red, Nannie Red. And then all the ones on Nannie Black's, I found the recipe. This is my recipe box. And I have, I keep telling myself to organize it, to get rid of some of the ones that don't need to be in there, or are blank, or just ratty. But my recipe box is such a treasure to me, because I come across things like this, which was my Aunt Lucille's writing for my Nannie Black, and it is our apple butter recipe. And that's precious to me, in her own hand. And it's a treasure, and I can't get rid of it. And then there's this one, which is, I think, that's my mama's writing. She still writes like this to this day. She's got beautiful handwriting. Let me find it. There is, this is it. Shannon's Mamaw. And I don't remember this, but she made an apple pie or a cobbler or something. And she said, she wrote me this note saying that I'd asked for the recipe. I don't remember asking, but she wrote it to me. And, it's just sweet. And those will stay in this recipe box, even if I ever do organize it. And then there's lots of these kind where I've written out recipes, and I have no idea what it's called, but this is just I have no idea what this is for. I have no idea. I have to really ponder on that one. And then I've got recipes in here that I've written down. There's even some. There's one from my Aunt Berta. That's my Papa Fred, which is my daddy's daddy, his sister, Aunt Berta's squash relish. Well, like I said, some of these were written on whatever I could find at the time, which I think is a lot of recipes are written that way. When you need, when somebody shares them or whatever. But there's some that I have in here that's even written on the back of the kids, like flashcards when they were little. Yeah. Flashcard. And then on the back is pepper jelly recipe that I use. It's what I had. I needed an index card, and so that's what I used. Yeah, pepper jelly. I like pepper jelly. So anyways, those are sweet memories for me. And this one I go to every single year, even though I have it topped out at other places. This is Shannon's Mama's Christmas cookies. And I keep the tradition up. I make them every year around Halloween. And I make a huge batch. And I keep the dough in the fridge and in the freezer for whenever Shannon gets a hankering for them, because they are his favorite and very special to him and reminds him of his mama. So let me just tell you about these pickles. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, they are sweet pickles. And I mean sweet pickles. There's a lot of sugar in this recipe. But even with a lot of sugar in the recipe, they're still worth making because they are the best sweet pickle you can eat. Hands down, in my opinion. And there's several ladies who I've shared them with over the years. Like I told you before, I used to blog fairly regularly. And I made a lot of good friends that way. And this recipe was shared many years ago to them. And they make this recipe now, to this day. But I'm going to have it typed out nice and neat for you. And not on this ratty sheet of paper. I wrote this, golly bum. I guess I was probably, I know, every bit of 10, 12 years old. A lot of misspelled words. I've never told y'all this. So I was a very good student in school. Very good student. And I was a member of the Beta Club. But I almost lost my Beta Club status because of my spelling. I'm a terrible speller. I don't know why, but, and nowadays you got autocorrect, and it either spells it right for you or it changes the word altogether. So, but there's a lot of misspelled words. That won't be on your copy, but these are what we call shaker pickles, and they take a whole month to make them. Very simple. You just do a little bit of something each day, and mainly it's like the shaker pickles. So the first 4 days, you're gonna fill your vessel with your cucumbers and your water and your salt, and you're gonna shake them each day. And then after 4 days, you've got a process to do. Then you're going to add something else. You're going to let them set for a day. And then you're going to rinse them again, and you're going to let them set for 10 days, and you're going to shake them each day. You see now why we call them shaker pickles? And then you're going to pour that out, and then you're going to put in your next step, and they're going to take another about a week. And then you can jar them up and can them just slightly, just enough to get the seal on there, and that's shaker pickles. I'm going to show you a jar. All right, here's the jar of our shaker pickles. And this, I think I actually pulled the sugar down a little bit the last time I made them, because the liquid here is a little looser than normal. just make them the way they're written. They're really good. Plus, if you're doing like me and you're trying to cut your sugar consumption down, it's not like you're drinking this liquid. And what I do when I use them for my chicken salad, I actually put them in the sink and rinse them. And then I use them in my chicken salad. I rinse them with some cold water, and I still use them in my chicken salad. And I'm still like I'm not eating any sugar or very, very, very low sugar, but I still use these, and they don't mess me up. But that's up to you. But this is a recipe that we use, and we make these every year. Now, with this video, like I said, there is going to be some of today's chass, as well as some of like 4 years ago chass. And I look a lot pretty similar. There's not been a whole lot of change in me. But the video will be vertical, so I know that that's not, ideal for YouTube. But I made the video a long time ago and wasn't really, knowing what to do much on YouTube, so it never was put together in a video form. So I may have to come on here and talk you through the first few steps, because I don't know how much video I do have. But I hate not to use the video and to share the recipe with you, because it is so good. So just bear with me on the video format and the way it is. And I'm pretty sure the reason I did not finish the video is because every so many years, and I don't know what it is, but I'll get a case of laryngitis just out of the blue. Here it comes. And it's usually this time of year or right before like Halloweenish. And I think it's just like if we go through a super dry spell, and which we just have, no rain at all, and then like lately this week we've had a lot of rain, so I expect it to get better here pretty soon. But anyways, these are a delicious way to use up some of those cucumbers coming out of your garden, or if you have a friend or even a guy down the road that's set up with cucumbers, this would be a great easy way to put up some really wonderful sweet pickles with your bounty of cucumbers. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to take your cucumbers, you're going to wash them up, get all the dirt off of them, and you're going to slice them. Do not slice them like paper thin. Let me get in a little close. You can see that there's a little bit, it's a good size pickle. It's not super thin, but it's not like, super thick either. It's a decent sized pickle slice. You're going to slice up your cucumbers, and you're going to start packing your jar with your cucumbers. And, it's a gallon jar, so it's going to make a decent size or decent yield of pickles. They will shrink in size as the process goes, because cucumbers are a very, they have a lot of water in them. So they will kind of shrink down as you process them. What you're going to do is you're going to add 1 cup of canning salt to your jar, and then you're going to fill it up with cold water and put a lid on it. Now, if you're like me, you're going to need to put like a piece of wax paper between your lid and your jar to keep those fruit flies out of there, because they will get in through that jar lid if you're not careful. So that wax paper, and then put your lid on, and then each day for 4 days, just do it once a day, shake that jar. And then after that, you're going to proceed to step 2. And like I said, this will all be written out for you. You're going to just follow the recipe as it's written. Each day will tell you what to do. Now, let me let me say, it's not each day, it's each step. I will go in and I will write it out day by day. So like day 1 will be fill your jar with sliced cucumbers. Add 1 cup of canning salt. Add cold water. Cover and shake. Day 2 will be shake your pickles. 3, shake your pickles. 4, shake your pickles. And then on day 5, you're going to do this. So see what I mean? So that's what I'll do. That's the way I'll write it. So it'll be a little bit more, easy. And you can actually write it out on a calendar or your date book or, your organizer, however you want to do it. But that way, and you can even, like if you're going to be out of town, maybe you won't start these until you get back. Or if, things like that. Because unless somebody's going to be home to shake your pickles. So I'm going to check and see where those videos begin. And then I will add those to this video. And when there's explanation needed, I will come back through and explain what's going on or explain a step that maybe didn't get videoed. So,
hey friends, I just wanted to let you know that I guess I just forgot to do the very beginning of this video when I started it. But what happens is all I did was I took a gallon jar and then I sliced my cucumbers into, decent sized pickle slices. I filled the jar with those cucumber slices and I added water and salt. I will give exact measurements of everything once I get to the end, and it'll be in the show notes. But I wanted to jump in here and add that, and we will resume with washing the pickles for the first time. Trying to get a good video angle in my house can prove to be a problem. So that's why I do a lot of my work at my table so I could show you. But it is time to take our pickles and do the first washing. So I'm over here at the sink. And when I say washing, basically this is what I do. I'm going to take the lid off and I'm going to take the wax paper off. And I'm going to come over here and I'm going to pour the water out of the pickle jar, which remember it has salt in there. So it's salt and water. I'm going to pour that out. I'm going to fill it up, shake it, and I'm going to do that 3 times for each jar, okay? So I'm going to try to find an angle, put this on quick mode, and get that done. Now we're on to the next step. After we've washed the pickles 3 times, we're going to add the alum. And that is just another step in preserving the pickles. So 2 tablespoons per gallon. Now I'm going to fill these back up with water, and they're going to stand for 24 more hours. All right, y'all. So I told you it was going to be a little bit odd with all the old video, but hopefully you get the gist of it and you see that it's going to be a really easy process, a super easy recipe, but it turns out really, really well. So if you've got an abundance of cucumbers, make sure to give this a try. Even if you don't like sweet pickles, and I'm not a fan of sweet pickles, but these are exceptional and they're so easy. Um, Many people that I know that do not care for sweet pickles really enjoy these. So give them a try. Let me know what you think. And just thank you again for being here. Y'all have a great day. God bless you. Bye bye.